Hello everyone, and welcome to the return of the ARL League races. So it's been a while then, of course. We've had a new game, and we have actually delayed the start of the season as well, hence this being Spain in Barcelona. We delayed the start of the season because of all the glitches that were going on. They were hearing all bad things about the FPS glitch, all that sort of thing, lag issues, so we waited, and we're now starting the season in Spain. We've done the pre-season. I qualified in top split, was second to ownage, but I didn't have to spend too much time in a time trial. So this is effectively the first race then, and we are of course in qualifying, and that was a warm-up lap. I'm sure you gathered. Now we're going straight into the hot lap. We'll say I've literally done a lap and a half of practice in time trial for this race. That was literally a lap and a half, I kid you not. I did not even complete the second lap in time trial, not even that representative, and that's it. So this is the end of the session, of course. So I've done 3 runs, so I've effectively done 3 hot laps. This is my 3rd hot lap, so pushing now up to 5th, you can see on the left hand side there. Pushing now 1,000s up first sector, so pretty consistent stuff there. And really pushing now to try and get up the grid, so braking heavily then. That car's gone nice and wide for me, left me nice lots of room, stuck it quite tight to the apex. Also on primes as well, you can probably see that. Not options. I thought I'm never going to be able to get on pole, not with only having practice, so pointless going options. I'll do something different, go on primes and hope I can get second, or at least high up the grid. So we'll see. I don't know how competitive this year is really going to be. We've lost a lot of the quick guys from last season, but I'm sure they'll be replaced by quick guys this season, so we'll see. 10th and a half up then, so it's looking pretty good. Not sure what I need to get higher up the grid, but 5th isn't really going to be good enough. I need to be higher than that if I can. A little bit wide there, never quite got to my apex. A little bit loose on the exit, up to 4th, down to 3rd, down to 2nd. Again, missed my apex slightly there to wait for the car to settle on entry. And this corner feels a lot slower in this game, I don't know why. A little bit wide on the exit there, using the rest of my curves then for the run to the line. Hopefully that'll move me up the grid, but we'll see. Here we go then. A little bit of DRS, and it does indeed. I'm up to 3rd place then with a 1 minute 18.523. So that's pretty much the best I could have done. Look, about 4 tenths or so off Grand New in 2nd there, which is pretty quick. He was actually a split 3 driver last season, so there's a couple of split 3s, a couple of split 2s in this this league this year. So it's an interesting one. Ownage on pole by a country mile, frankly, but if I was on options, I probably could have got 2nd reasonably easily. This is the setup then. I'm not going to delay on it too much, just whip through it. This is the setup I use across the vast majority of tracks. I will make a setup guide video at some point, probably fairly soon, before Christmas if I can. And it's the strategy then, so starting on primes, option, option, option. That is why I qualified on primes, so I could do all options. It is a 3-stop race. You can see that, cautious fuel then, sticking with that. Happy with cautious and just having a good think about it. But there we go, so it looks like I'm about to do about 7 laps per set of option tyres, 7 or 8. And about 10 laps on the prime, somewhere on there. I know it's a very high tyre wear track, so yeah, we'll go for all options and go for it, because even if I had all primes, I probably could only just make a 2-stop work, because there's only, well, I just said 2 or 3 laps difference between the prime and option, and a little bit of pace difference, so it's worth doing it. And we're now onto the grid then, so there's ownage. He's in a Mercedes this season. I haven't of course mentioned that, the cars. I'm in a Ferrari. I've gone back to that. We've switched teams just because we, don't know really, teams just don't really matter this year. We've both got pretty, well, I don't know about him, but I've got particularly busy, so I haven't really got too much time to practice with him and things like that, so it's just changed a bit, but we're still definitely sort of talking to each other and stuff, and staying competitive. But here we go then, so we're leaving the grid now. So I've gone for Ferrari again, just quickly mention, because that's what I had my first season, and I do prefer the Ferrari by how it looked, and the cars are very similar. So I've got a pretty good start there, up alongside Grande, using all of my curves. Only just gone well to the inside, I took someone down to the inside, and he's very, very early, go right when it's outside, and I'm looking, but no, I've just been tapped there, very wide, all over the curb. And there's a spinner behind there. I was tapped by Grande, but I think it was this guy here, Jack First, this last season split 2 driver. I think he tapped him. I'm not too sure exactly what happened, but Grande's run very deep there. I'm up the inside of Jack First then, so it's looking pretty good. And I think I've got a better exit than him. I'm not sure exactly where he is. I'm braking now, cautiously turning in, not really giving enough room, trying to turn in, but I've just about managed to do it and managed to get back up to 2nd place after getting hit. Could have even had a run at ownage. Possibly not for first, but getting towards there, wouldn't it? But got a hit. That's a bit of a spin there from Jack First behind. That's pushed me back a little bit, but that's okay. I'm up to 2nd place. I'm not really expecting to be ownage in this race. Really, almost didn't race this race, and actually it was on me and my partner's 5-year anniversary. So I wasn't gonna race because it was the same day, and I thought that would be bad for it. But I thought, well, I want to race it because it was the first race. I didn't want to lose that many points, so I thought, oh, sorry, let's just do it. So I did race, you can see here, but I'm really just here to score some solid points since I didn't practice. Hopefully a podium, that'd be nice. It's looking pretty good at the moment, able to pull away from the guy in 3rd for 2nd place, and like I said, not really expecting to get anywhere near ownage. he would have tweaked his setup, not huge amounts, but he would have tweaked it some to make it more adapted to this track, to his style, and probably to tyre as well. And he would of course practice to get the perfect lines and perfect speeds, perfect brakes, everything like that, which I have not had a chance to do at all. As I said, just a lap and a half in time trial. The other thing that I mentioned now, as it's starting to settle down a little bit, there's a bit of gap to, well, big gap to front, a little bit of a gap to behind, 3 seconds to front and 1.5 to behind, so there we go. So this is pretty similar format to what I've run before in terms of league races. It's about a 30-minute video edited down from a 50% race. You'll just see my qualifying lap, and usually this race is a bit different because I was trying to introduce the whole series, but usually I would just do like a track guide on that lap, effectively, so just talk you through where I'm braking, where I'm turning in, that sort of thing, line tips. So that's what it would normally be, and then straight into a race like this. And I want your guys' opinion really. Would you rather this sort of length, 30 minutes, and commentated and edited for the best bits, or would you rather even shorter, go down to 20 or 15 minutes? Would you rather it heavily edited so that, because usually I do whole laps, would you like it heavily edited to just literally highlights? It's completely up to you really what you guys prefer, but this video is going to be still around 30-minute or so schedule. So yeah, you see the DRS is now enabled, 2.7 now to the car ahead. So again, a little bit time in, but we skip now right to lap 8. So not a lot happened at all. I was just pulling away from the car behind, Owen just pulling away from me. He's now pitted Ownage. Romeo, my teammate there, down in second place. You can see Ownage just behind him. So he's not pissed up ahead of me already, that's good. And you see there my front left is pretty much destroyed. Very, very worn. So I'm going to have to pit this lap, which is 2 laps earlier than I wanted to. Lap 10 I was supposed to go to. Lots of us when they're trying to get into the pits cleanly. And I do manage to do it just about. Of course, making sure it's going to give me options there. Coming through the pits now. I hope you'll see a good pit camera. Who's this? Right rear wheel off, that guy's called. Very creative names. 3.1 seconds. 3.1 second that stop was not bad at all. We'll be a little way from the cars ahead now, but can I keep up these cars next to me now on the minimap? No, I can't. They're going to fly past me, 2 of them, which is the fast lap of the race, and a nice big gap to the car behind them, so that's something. First pit exit, and I've gone deep, way deep, all over the curb. Oh, lots of, don't want to be correcting oversteer on a curb, that is not ideal. But deep there again, just because I haven't practiced this track, I didn't really know where I was braking. Well, I have. I've practiced this track previously, obviously. I've raced this track quite a bit on this game, but just not only done any practice in the last couple of weeks for the league race, So Fate goes Pirate's head then. I know that he is going for a 2-stop. He's going for a short stop. So I should be quite a bit quicker than him. I don't know if he's on primes or options, but he won't have pitted yet, so I should be quite a bit faster than him. Looks like he's on primes then from what I saw. You see I'm just absolutely monstering him in every corner. Got a bit of dirty air there and compromised me. I've got DRS there. I'm going to try doubles inside to get past him as quickly as I can. Have a look now, he is indeed on primes. I've gone a bit deep though, very deep, right off the track. That was a horrible corner for me. Just because I just desperately wanted to get ahead of him if I could. But lost time. Luckily didn't lose the position to Jack first. He's not far behind me at all. So I lost a good couple of seconds there. I should be right on him. I am indeed. I'm going to get DRS again down the next straight. Oh, bit of wheel spin there in the middle of the corners. Bit of oversteer. Pushed me off my apex for the second corner. Bit of curves now. I think Fate Ghost must have had quite a bit of curves. Going to Rich just to make sure I can stick close to him and get a bit of slipstream from him. I've got DRS of course. Running low wings, I think I'm running 2-1 off the top of my head. So I should be pretty quick in a straight line, got very long gearish as well. We're locking the inside wheel there, nice and tight to the curb, and I'm very close to him now. I'm going to go very wide here. Try and cut back underneath him for the exit. This corner looks like he's ran a bit wide with his high tyre wear, and indeed, there we go. Move done then, pretty much, as long as I can get it slowed down unlike last lap, which I've managed to do nicely. So move done, needs to do that last lap really, but there we go. Now we've just got to work on catching Chicane ahead, who quite possibly is in a similar situation. Yeah, he won't have pitted yet. Well, unless he pit very early and managed to undercut me. Because I'm going to say, obviously, I had quite a bit of a lead before I pitted to the car behind, so there was no one ahead of me. I was in effectively second once everyone's pitted. So unless Chicane pit very early, I should be faster than him because he should have very warm tyres. 1.2 now. See if I can get DRS. He's also on primes, so he might not have pitted. Just need to try and catch him now. Get into his DRS for this start-finish straight helps quite a bit down there. Get DRS, trying to get on the power, all over the curb, down to second, all over the curb once again, right down to first, get turned in really early for this corner, unlike last season. There seems to be less mechanical grip there, or it's my setup, I'm not too sure. All the curves now that I had, not a lot, but should allow me to get DRS hopefully. I do indeed. Allow me to close up on him some, and we'll see if I can do to him what I did on Fake Ghost, but he seems fast. There's 4-second gap to Fake Ghost now. I wasn't even passing at this point last lap, so it just shows how much faster I am than how bad his tyres have worn. That's why I don't bother trying tyre saving, because it just doesn't work. You're just that much slower. 4 seconds a lap, over 4 seconds a lap at this point. I mean, 2 or 3 of those laps, that's pretty much a pit stop. So purple first sector, I've gone very, well, not deep, but very nearly into chicane there. I didn't go deep, but it was just surprised me how early he braked there. So I've got a lot more grip than him, of course, with these fresher tyres. I'm on options as well, he's on primes. So he's got a harder compound tyre that should be a bit slower. I kept on having a little look at the inside, but I was never really thinking of that. It was more to scare him, make his arrow on his screen move around a little bit. Proximity arrow you get to tell you when a car's behind. I want to just stay nice inside. Did cut the corner a little bit, but just trying to get out of his dirty air. DRS now going to Rich as well, and some curves. Not going to use all of it though. No, I'm not going to be out braking around here. So brake nice and early. Try and duck back underneath him, which I've done almost perfectly, and lots of wheel spin there trying on the exit. Bit of curves as well, and that's pretty much moved done. He's still up the inside though, so I've got to go around the outside of this corner now. Hopefully I can make it work. And I can indeed. Moved on then back up to 2nd place, where hopefully I can stay. And he just needs to try and avoid chicane being able to re-overtake me with DRS down the main straight, but should be okay. Should have better grip. I need to go into the pits anyway. So that's 2nd place then on lap 11, will now become lap 12, and we'll skip to another lap. Lap 14 it is then. So once again, front left's looking a bit, well, not too bad at the moment, but the skies are pretty dark. Forgot to mention, you guys have probably already noticed, I'm terrible at remembering that. There was a chance of rain. I can't remember what the percentage was, but it was quite a high chance of rain, so I'm expecting rain at some point during this race. And I ran a bit wide there, almost in the gravel. And this front left is not a happy bunny now. You can see just struggling for grip. It's not been that many laps. I do last second decide to pit there, back right out of it. And that was because, like I said, it's going to rain. My engineer was telling me it's going to rain. I think he said 5 minutes. But yeah, I knew that if I tried to hold on for that, my tyres would be completely destroyed. I would lose at least 20-30 seconds. So I decided to pit a little bit earlier than I could have done, just to get the most advantage, and hopefully just as these tyres start wearing out, it will start raining and I can put on a set of inters. That's the plan anyway. We'll see if that plays out or not. Now leaving the pits, plenty of gap to the cars behind, I think. Yeah, no worries about them. Just have a clean exit. Yeah, much better than last lap. Still a little bit deep, but could have been worse. A little bit of oversteer there, but plenty of grip to do this corner. Easy full throttle, even with that compromised racing line. So I should be okay. There we go. End the first sector then. Probably less than a second to the cars behind. Just over actually, 1.1. I want a bad guess considering I was only looking at the mini-map. Chicane again, so I managed to jump him in this pit stop phase, which is good. And they're just pushing now then to try and get a good gap, because if I mess up my strategy call with switching to inters, I could lose probably 5 seconds in one lap. So push to get that 5-second gap. Again, I'm not worried. Actually, Sam's still ahead of me looking at that. So I'm not actually back in second just yet. But like I said, I'm not worried about ownage. He is way too far. You can see him on the mini-map. He's actually in the pits now near the start-finish straight. And the checkered flag on the mini-map. That's him, so he's miles ahead. Even once he's pitted, he'll still be quite a bit ahead of me. And so a few drops of rain there. All very wide. Just touched the gravel there. Squirming all over the place. And again, that's me pushing. Trying to catch and overtake these guys ahead, because I expect they're going to try and stay out for the rain. So I will need to pass them on track to get ahead of them, because they will do one less pit stop than me. That's okay. Like I said, my plan should work. It wouldn't have worked if I tried to stay out, so it should be all good. 1.7 to the guy ahead now then. So hopefully I can push and catch him. 2.4 to chicane now. So gained quite a bit on him on that last lap. Just turned a little bit too early there. Clip the curb. Absolutely full throttle on this next corner. Then Barcelona is the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 20.7. 20.9 is my best, so a little bit faster, not hugely so, but some. And 1.2 seconds now to Amazon, so I should hopefully get DRS down the next DRS straight. If I saw another few drops of rain there, so it is coming. A little bit wide there, trying to get the power down, a little bit of squirming, and this will be plenty close enough. Look at that beautiful rubbered in line. It's really good to see in this game. You get a lot of rubber when you got off. This is obviously a full grid. We've had 16 people, everyone's turned up, which is good to see for the first race. And I'm now going to dubs inside. Amps was not going to defend. Clever guy, smart, pointless fighting that. I was always going to get him. He's going to hold himself and me up. So it's pointless fighting that. But I managed to get him then. Going up to 3rd place. Romeo and my teammate is next then. Also in a Ferrari, of course, hence being my teammate. So again, I need to push to catch him now. It rains only spitting there, really, isn't it? It's not, I wouldn't say it was raining. It is just spitting. So nowhere near inters yet, but look at that front left, that's starting to wear already. Obviously I've been pushing, not worried about tyre wear at all. Usually I said it before, drive about 95% of my capabilities. That also saves the tyres a little bit. So 2.5 to Romian then. See if we can get that down. Hopefully be within DRS at the end of this lap. That'd be good. I don't know how worn his tyres are, but I'm going to push. Looking like good solid points haul for Ferrari at this rate. Barcelona's had another fast lap of the race. Looks like he's putting in a few good laps. Probably on Rich. I haven't run Rich yet. Not really. Just for occasional bits overtaken again. A few spits of rain here, but nothing to worry about at all. Still absolutely bone dry on the track, just pushing 2.3 to Romian, so he's not really closing down that much. Bit on the grass there. Compromised my corner. Luckily the grass doesn't affect your car quite so much in this game as it did in the last game, where you did lose a lot of time when you had grass in your tyres. So coming up to Romian now then. 0.6, that's a bit more like it. He lost about a second to be almost in that middle sector. So he's a bit closer. I still would be lucky to get DRS, I think, unless he makes a bit of a mistake. Get a wheel spin there. You can see I'm pushing. Gets a bit of oversteer. When I get oversteer, that generally means I'm pushing. All my tyres are dead on the 2. And I might get DRS. It's going to be close, pushing through that chicane. I might have managed. It's going to be pretty close. Did I get it? I did. This must have been very close. 8 tenths across the line, but everybody gained some. And which is a 19.8. Everyone else is shame pretty much. I do my fastest lap at 20.6, but again, no Rich at all for that lap. It's all on standard fuel. Bit of the wheel spin there. Starting to lose a bit of grip now. That's because it's starting to get a little bit damp in those first couple of corners. It's nice and close to Romian now. Should be able to put a move on him fairly soon. Hopefully he won't fight me too hard. Being my teammate, we've got a nice big gap to the cars behind. 6.5 seconds to be precise, so plenty of room when he went a little bit wide there. That's allowed me up the inside. That put me to the inside for this next corner. And looks like he just backed right out of it for me. I dived to the outside to try and get back to my racing line. A bit too aggressive, almost winded up in the grass, but did actually manage to make it work quite nicely. So don't think that's quite full throttle that corner just yet in the race. Not far off it, but not quite. So 11.1 to only 10. That's not as bad as it could be, to be fair. It's less than a second a lap. So that sounds a lot, must be said, but like I said, with the amount of practice he's had compared to my practice, it's not too bad. Could definitely be worse. Definitely be worse. Probably about, what, 0.7 per lap? 7 tenths per lap on average. Pretty happy with that. Like I said, never expected to win anyway. He was always going to pretty much guarantee the win. So 21.1 for me now, so it's definitely a slower lap as we now skip. Nothing really happened in those last couple of laps. I just pulled away from Roman behind. I believe pitted in the end. And rain just taken ages to come. It's been raining for like 5 laps now, but now it's really starting to get wet. You can see bits of spray coming for tyres. It's hard as towers. Unfortunately, that you're saying disconnects. It's actually quite hard to tell in this game when it's ready for inters. In the last game, as soon as spray come off your tyres like it is now, it's ready for inters. But in this game, it's not quite so easy to tell as that. That doesn't always mean it's ready for inters. Usually, you've got about a lap to go once that happens. And now in for inters then. Hopefully they will put me on inter. I think I did just confirm it. And there we go. It's a little bit earlier than announced, but I was forced. I forgot to mention the tyre wear. My front left was completely destroyed, really. That's what forced me. I would have waited probably one more lap to go on inters. But the front left was completely destroyed. I would have lost quite a few seconds on that one lap. So I decided to come for inters and just hope it's time. My hand got forced. I hope it pays off. Coming to the first corner now then. Actually get slowed down, so there is some grip here. Not a great deal though. Squirming a bit, and look at that tyre heat on the right hand side. They're going orange already. Not ready for inters just yet. Tyres are absolutely overheating. That is not good for tyre wear. In fact, that's horrible for tyre wear. And again, look at that front left. It's just baking. So this is definitely at least one lap too early for the intermediate tyres. And as I said, I did have my hand forced though. Couldn't really do too much about it. Overall, I probably will gain time on this lap relative to if I stayed out. As then I'll be quicker on this lap on intermediates than I would have been on slicks, I expect, because that tyre was so warm. I don't know, actually probably be pretty close, but look at those fronts, they're just completely destroyed. I've been careful of the rears, you can see they're starting to cool down a bit now. This is a slow section. And yes, barely any wheel spin. Just a little bit. Fix this corner. Short shifting there. Being really careful of the rears because I know they're overheating. I don't want the rears to go as well. Don't want a bit of understeer, but oversteer as well as understeer is not a pretty thing. There's 2 cars ahead of pit then, so must be now time for inters. I did gain a lot on that lap, so I think this was the right lap, to be honest. It's just the first sector was basically dry. So now coming down the pit straight. And that allows me up to third then. only just miles ahead, of course. Fat First has now got into second place. Not too sure what's going on with him, but the fronts are still pretty hot. Starting to cool down. Let's see around this corner. Yes, they're getting there. I think by the end of this lap they might be cool enough to not be eating themselves in terms of wear. There's 7 seconds to Fat First ahead then. I'm not sure if he's already on inters or if he's on slicks. I still don't know. I'm actually recording and putting this live about a week or so after the league race, about a week behind. I've just been so busy, but I haven't actually seen the video. I'm not sure if he right now he's on inters or wet, so we'll have a look. Can't remember what the lap time was it 7 seconds? I think it was 7 seconds to him. Rears are pretty much bang on temperature now. Fronts are still a little bit hot, 6.6. So I gained some on him in that middle sector. We'll see how much that changes. That'll be a key indicator of where he's at in terms of tyres. 6.6 at the moment then. And you see the fronts now are getting there. They're pretty much at the right temperature. Not quite, but by the end of the straight, hopefully they will be. Let them chill out for a straight. Don't make them turn. Just let them rotate in the water. Cool themselves down. 5.8, so he might well, I don't know, slicks though, it's pretty wet. I'll be amazed if he's done slicks. We'll see, 5.8, see how much that goes down now. This first sector is pretty wet now. And yes, it's absolutely intermediates here, so unless he loses at least a second or two to me, probably 2 seconds plus to be honest. Must be on inters, it's going to be 5.5, so yeah, he's definitely on inters. He would have lost a lot more than 3 tenths in that first sector if he's still on slicks. So I reckon he must have pitted early then, very early for intermediate tyres. And I probably pitted one more time with him. That's probably how he's ended up ahead. So I did the extra pit for options. He probably waited an extra couple of laps and then pit for inters very early. So his tyres, that's why he's losing so much time. His tyres will not be happy bunnies. They will have overheated for at least 3 or 4 laps. And I should be able to catch him hopefully. My tyres are now fine for temperature. And yeah, 4.8, so I'm monstering him really. Gaining a lot of time on him. So what was it again? 4.8 I think. I've forgotten already, my memory's terrible. So yeah, closing down quite a quick rate. You can see him there. And he's just coming to the pits, so yeah, his tyres must have just been destroyed completely. I mean mine, I haven't seen the wear, but mine are pretty destroyed anyway. So we now then skip ahead from lap 25 onto lap 30 then, so we're near the end of the race, but look at that tyre on the right hand side. The tyres are absolutely destroyed, all of them, particularly the front left and the rear right, and that is all because I had those couple of laps where the tyres were overheating. If I waited another lap I probably could have made it to the end, and I've tried, I saw this come in about 5 laps ago, and I tried to just keep it to the end because I'm in second place. Fat First is behind me. I would have lost the position to him if I pitted, so I thought, well, I'm just going to hang it out and see if I can stay ahead of him till the end. There is now only 3 laps to go, including this one, so it's not far, but he's only 3.5 seconds behind me. So, and look, you can see now these tyres are absolutely destroyed, sliding all over the place. So these are just gone now. I'm going to have to pit to avoid losing 3rd place even. So pretty much giving up 3rd place. I should have pitted. I considered pitting about 3 or 4 laps ago for a brand new set of intermediate tyres, as that marker there lets me go very kindly. Yeah, I should have pitted about 3 or 4 laps ago for a brand new set of intermediates, and I probably would have been coming up to Fat First again now. But as it goes, I'm losing second after second after second just on this one lap. 1.8 seconds then for the final sector. Let's have a look, see how close he's going to be to the pit. He's already probably under a second to me, to be honest, after like 2 corners. And now the final chicane, and just sliding all over the place, trying to get into the pits. Lots of wheel spin, and he's right behind me there. So yes, I had absolutely no choice but to pit. You can see on the right side there it says rejoin 4th, so I should be off the podium when I come out of the pits. But I'm going to push, see if I can catch and overtake the guy ahead. I don't think he's going to be far ahead of me if he is. So I should have enough time, even though it's only going to be 2 laps including the out lap. I should have enough time, but I think I might actually be ahead of him, you know. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. It's Romy and my teammate. Yes, I'm going to be okay, I think, just about. Lots of pits on the exit just to make sure of it, and yes, indeed, I am okay. So just about managed to come out second then. My the game was wrong. Estimating 40, well, it's close, I haven't said that, but it was wrong. It's gone a little bit wide there, allowing me to have a bit of breather. So there we go, that's pretty much compounded me to third place in this race, but as I said, I did not practice, so frankly that is a victory in my eyes. Could have been second, a little bit disappointed with that, but third place, cannot complain at all. To be honest with you, it's solid points, isn't it? 15 points. The maximum 25, so Onage will probably get 25 points and I'll probably get 15 points. So like I said, been a successful race really overall. And definitely made the wrong strategy calls. Probably twice, to be honest. Should have stayed out at least a lap later on the set of options before pitting for another set of options. And then that would have in turn allowed me to stay out at least a lap later on for the intermediates. So 15.2 now to fat first head then, so we're not going to be able to catch him, but we'll have to watch that gap just to see how much we can close it down. Well, we might be able to catch him if his tyres get destroyed like mine were. I lost at least 5 seconds a lap, I reckon, while they were that bad. So if these get worse than that, could easily lose 10 seconds in a lap. I'm not too sure why I'm in the middle of the track, to be honest, but there we go. 13.4, so I'm getting a couple of seconds in that final sector alone. It's only one more lap to go though, but this race isn't fully over yet, I wouldn't imagine. This is possible. He needs to have horrible tyre wear and make a mistake, and I might just be able to pip him for second place. It's a big gap, but you saw how bad my tyres were. I've gone to Rich now as well. I've realised that I've still got +1 of fuel. 12.6, so indeed he is losing second after second to me, but not quite enough, I wouldn't imagine. I think his captain rating a disconnect on the final lap of the race. Unfortunately for him, I think he actually quit, to be honest. I think he made the wrong choice, went for full wets, when it was absolutely not time for it. There we go. So final lap then, pushing now to see if I could have closed on fat first. Let's have a look. 10.9, so again another good couple of seconds in the middle sector, so no way we're going to better get him unless he spins something ridiculous in the final sector or goes over the gravel or something, but at the very least, only just of course taking the win then. You see the top there. At the very least I should be under 10 seconds to him, and like I said, if I would have pitted when I thought about pitting 3 or 4 laps before I did, I probably could have nipped second place. It would have been really, really close come the end. But I didn't quite manage it then, as we come to cross the line and take third place. Like I said, I'm happy with that result. Solid points, 15 points you can see there. 33.2 seconds behind Onage then. And you see a couple of people disconnecting at the bottom there. So yes, indeed, in the end I was just under 10 seconds to Fat Fast, had about 9 seconds or so to him. So, like I said, overall I count that as pretty much a victory, having had 1.5 laps practice on time trial. So to get third place, could have been second, but third place, I'm happy with that. 15 points in the bag. Now I just need to practice for the rest of the races and hopefully close the gap to Onage in the championship. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.